everyone, Namaskar. I am Dr. Satish and today I am with all of you and sharing few of my personal experiences of life as I wish that I can share some good vibes and maybe some positive thoughts based on my previous and past experiences. Sometimes I feel that we should be touching lives every day because you never know that when and which day is going to be your last day. So it doesn't matter how many years you live, but rather I feel that you should be able to live many years as many possible in a day you are alive. I write many articles and I quote myself as an influencer, writer or a realist. And I am not a spiritual guru. Rather, I am a common man trying to impact at least few lives every day. Because we see in the life there is so many hatred in the world where people trying to squeeze. But one perspective that I've seen, one point, that humanity should never get lost. Humanity should always be there. Myself have traveled across the country for many years, and even I've been fortunate enough to travel across the borders as well. But one thing, one taste that didn't change at all was humanity. And if you are kind to someone, I think your life is worth living. Every day you should be able to touch certain lives in some or the other way, a very impactful way. And that's what make your life worth living, because at least for me, money is not everything. It's momentary. Today you are rich, maybe after a few days you may become poor. But the relationships that you carry have a greatest impact, and it will be your last impression that people will perceive. Because to love others, you have to love yourself first. Then only you can communicate or transform your energy to other people. And it's a vice versa thing. If you are transforming positive energy to them, it will definitely get you back the right sort of right note of positive energy. I many times talk about, I write actually, my lot of compositions are in Hindi. I've been a writer since almost 12 years. I've been written hundreds of compositions in Hindi, and sometimes I write in English as well, and I'm working on a book. The title is going to be Train Your Brain to Be Calm in a Very Dense Emotional Rain. That how to train your brain even in the adverse of the situation, so that you should remain grounded, you should remain calm. And the mantra to success is, you should not react to any situation. Rather, one of my very dear colleagues has told me that be calm, take rest, reset, and then react. So reaction and action both are equally important in life, but it depends on the situation you are into. It depends on the place you are into, the atmosphere, the environment. So I don't know, means how we should perceive that, when to react and when to act. But this is your mind which keeps you pumping towards the positive energy. And I'm here to spread love. I'm here to spread positivity as much as I can. I'm not a spiritual guru, and I respectfully follow my spiritual gurus like Gaur Gopal Das and Sri Radhanath Swami from ISKCON, very respected ISKCON temple. So this is very important. And few days ago I wrote very 3 lines, and which is I think very close to my heart. That is, please change or try to change your perception, but never change your perspective to anything you look at. So when you change perspective, you are not done. But when you change your perception and keeping your perspective same or remain intact, and you will end up changing the perseverance toward life. So that is the key to success. And I think few days ago I was going through an article written by a very own and respected Mr. Radhanath Swami. He is a spiritual guru and authors to many books, and he has touched many lives. And I think I would like to quote that article as well as some of my thoughts in that our mind is a very powerful tool, and life is all about perspective. Because the mind is a powerful tool, and it may not be a tangible organ like the brain, but its presence can be felt in everything we do and feel. It is said that we have the power to move mountains with our minds if we harness their energy in the right manner. Mindfulness is very important. The perspective is very important to touch millions of lives every day. Because if you train your mind in a way to act rightly in a situation, as I say, if you can see a pot, kept in front of me, if you treat this as your brain, I purposely kept this pot because, see, if you can see, if I keep it without a flower or without a plant, this will look like a pot, a normal pot. But if I try, I can put horns in it. I can put any damn plant in this. But I purposefully kept the flower or the plant so that it has the branches. So these are our thoughts. If you look at this, our brain is also like that. Because if I talk about the brain, I compare our brain to the other machineries. They both are same because like other machineries needs fuel to run the engine, and so is for our brain. Because if you don't have a fuel in your machinery, it will get rusted, your engine will stop and the performance will be down. Or maybe you'll have to scrap your machinery in some time if you don't, maintain it properly. And so is our brain. Because if you don't fill your brain with the right energy, the good fuel of good thoughts, positive energy, you will exhale the wrong energy, the wrong impressions in the people you are talking to. And we don't owe anything to, or the life doesn't owe anything to us, because nothing is permanent and nothing is related to us. The money, the houses that we have, the cars and everything, the immaterial things that we have are not going to last forever. Even the air that we exhale or inhale is related to our own earth or the atmosphere. Even we don't own that air we breathe in. So why to have that baggage of fatty or high-headed thoughts? We all are here to love people. We are all are here to touch lives, so whatever way we can, and you will be impressed once if you are able to impact at least one life a day. So I'll continue my speech with the thought which I was talking about from Mr. Radhanath Swami, that the mind directs our perception and can change our mood drastically in positive or negative ways. How the mind perceives the world creates our version of the world. However I look to the world, I think I'll perceive that world is going to be same as me. So we have to change the perception of looking at the world. And I don't know, how we run over the chaos of our own environment is heavily influenced by our experiences, expectations, moods, and even cultural norms. It is said that one man's trash is someone else's treasure. If I like something which may not be liked by someone else, so everybody carries their own thoughts, everybody has their own likings, dislikings, but maintaining or maybe removing that difference and respecting everyone's values and thoughts, I think we can live harmony. We can live in peace, and that's why we are humans. Otherwise, we would have been in hell or maybe in some other planet. Why God has sent us to be humans, to be a human and touch many lives. And it is said that once an event that occurs stays the same, but how we feel towards it depends entirely upon the mind. The placebo effect is an important example here. It means that when a person's mind believes something to be true, the body reacts accordingly. This is very important aspect, that when we believe something to be, we perceive something to be true, we start believing that. If someone pokes you every day, saying something, you are retraining your mind or maybe molding your brain in those aspects. And I don't know. And I personally follow a book called The Secret. The Secret is a book which has given me a thought to succeed in life, to remain calm. And because we become what we think. We become what we think and we do what we think. So our actions depends on the things that we are doing. The mind is impressionable. It learns through past actions and gives us inner suggestions on how to react in certain situations. Most people blindly follow this suggestion, not trying to ever break the cycle, even if its impact is constantly negative. It should not be happening. I feel that the Bhagavad Gita says that human beings are spiritual beings as well, at the core, possessing mind and body. When the mind is disturbed, it disrupts our regular functioning because of our deep identification with it. This is what leads to a person to an aggravated, mental state in any form. The only way to come out of such constant negativity is to learn to direct the mind in a positive state, in the right direction, and that's what the success to mantra is. And to rectify our identification with it. It is so confronting to know that we are apart from our mind. We can just be an observer and not get carried away by the thoughts and by the mind. And we are through to it. Every person's subconscious mind gets shaped based on the knowledge inputs as one listens to different opinions and forms one's own feelings and habits too. So whatever how many people see, if we interact to one person, you may last an impression in one click or one connect, or maybe it takes years to maybe impress, rather not impress but impact that person's mind. So maybe your wavelength to the person doesn't match. So it's all about your mind, because that's mind is your powerful tool, and you should always be mindful what we are speaking, what we are talking, and it's really important. I personally believe that I am not a spiritual guru, or I am not here to bore you guys, but that's what my feeling is, which I'm going to express, and I'll keep on motivating people. I keep on searching a true path of life. Though I am a professional, working in a business in a lead position where I'm heading a team of maybe 400-500 people, and I manage the businesses as well. But at the core remains is my passion. As a writer, as an influencer, or as an artist or realist, I always connect everything to the art, because if your passion is something else, and if you're doing something else, you will not be able to maintain the balance. That's what I feel. But if you merge your passion to your profession, I think you will be flying in colors, and you can do wonders. You can touch as many lives as possible, and you can change someone's mindset as well. The only way to come out of the negativity is to learn to direct the mind in the right direction and to rectify our identification with it. And sometimes own habits and feelings towards a situation, person or concept, it becomes very difficult to depart from our earlier impressions that the mind tends to wander. We need to learn to harness its potential without getting overwhelmed by it. Spirituality involves not only noticing when your mind wanders, but also bringing back its focus on positive dimensions, to bring it in touch to be times when the mind tries to take off on its own. And being aware of this, we must gently regain control of it. That's what a positive message from my side, that even if you liked a bit of or piece of this talk or this conversation, I'm again telling that I'm just here to connect my soul with you guys. It's not to get fame, or likes, but even if I would have been able to, or I was able to touch your lives or motivate you during this speech just for an inch, kindly do share, like, comment, and spread the positivity, guys. In life, money is nothing. Money is immaterial. It may last forever, it may last never. So that's what dependent. And always create an impression that a few days ago I wrote few lines and I got impressed that घर यकी ना हो तो बिछड़ के देख लो, घर यकी ना हो तो बिछड़ के देख लो, तुम मिलोगे सबसे पर मेरी ही तलाश में। घर यकी ना हो तो बिछड़ के देख लो, तुम मिलोगे सबसे सिर्फ मेरी ही तलाश में। So by these words, I'm trying to conclude my session till today, that you should be able to give such an impression to the world that we can do wonders just by being a human being, kind, remain calm in adverse situation. Everybody has their goods and odds and bads, and I feel everybody has their own set of mindsets or their own set of problems. But if you are trying to overcome, I always say that have a dialogue. If you have a problem with a person, just have a dialogue with them openly, have one-on-one conversation, carve that negativity out. So एक चीज मैं आपको और बताना चाहता हूँ एट द एंड कि जिंदगी क्या है या आदमी की औकात क्या है, कि एक माचिस की तीली, एक घी का लोटा और पल भर में खाक। एक माचिस की तीली, एक घी का लोटा और पल भर में खाक, बस यही है एक इंसान की औकात। सो ऑलवेज बी ग्राउंडेड। शुक्रिया, hasta la vista, see you again with a positive mindset. I am Dr. Satish signing off, the influencer, realist and writer, trying to touch lives in a way I can.